Call to order the Board of Equalization for the City of Dickinson for Tuesday, May 26th. Let the record show that commissioners are present. Mr. Riddle is present by team. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for attending this evening. We'll move into the regular agenda. During this session of the board, any person, his attorney or agent, feeling aggrieved by anything in the assessment role may apply to the Board of Corrections for alleged errors in the listing or evaluation of their real property, and the board may correct the errors as it may deem just, according to the North Dakota Century Code 57-11-04. Do we have a sign-up roster for this evening? I saw one laying out there. I don't know if go in that manner. So. All right, thank you. Okay, first this evening signed up is Mr. Jeff Parker from 2485 6th Street West, Dickinson, North Dakota.
I do have 5 handouts. I don't know how you'd like me to distribute those 5.
Thank you.
Yep. So my name is Jeff Parker. I reside at 2485 6th Street West, Dickinson, North Dakota, 58601. The real estate description I'm here to discuss today is Lot 1, Block 4 of State 6th Edition. I would like to note that I originally attended the meeting on April 15th with this board. I subsequently made an appointment with Mr. Dickerson on the 1st of May where I presented this data. I was told I would get some response. I have not got a response from the assessors group. I even came in last week just to verify where we're at, but as of today, I've received no feedback. I did provide a 4-page handout. I would like to start on page 2 of the handout. What page 2 is, it's a map of what I consider representative houses in Dickinson that align with mine, or effectively the west side of State Edition, taking a look at, you know, pretty much everything west of 23rd Avenue West. The numbers on the page highlight houses that I've evaluated as regard to assessed values as per the city's assessment site. With my house being outlined in the blue square and being numbered at 21. On page 3 of my handout, you know, what I've done is I've took those 20 houses in kind of on my side of State Edition, kind of put them in year built, total assessed value, square foot, and then dollar per square foot. Also made a bit of a comment with regard to what kind of house it was with regard to 1-story split level or 2-story. Also put in the representative sales values as well. As I look at this data, you know, there's a range excluding my house from about $150 a square foot to $176 a square foot, with an average of $168, with my house being at $187.32. I then tried to take a look at the data and say, okay, my house is a bit unique on 2 aspects. The first aspect is it's a 2-story with a basement. There are not many 2-stories with basements in State Edition. Looking at this data, you know, the range is 159 to 170. Again, I'm at 187, and that's an average of 160, 165. As I move to page 4 of my handout, you know, I also took a look at my house being a bit unique, is given its sheer size. I'm 4,992 square feet. So I took a look on, okay, what's greater than 3,500 square foot? And there's 4 homes other than mine. Again, the range is between 152-ish to 171, with mine being at 181. I also put in a lower table of houses that are currently listed for sale or recently closed here in Dickinson. And you can see the range there between 143 per square foot and 168 per square foot, including a house directly on my block at on 6th Street West that had a list price of 157. I'm going to go back to page 1. As I take a look at the data, and based on the 20 homes and taking a look at the average of these homes in my site estate edition, the average is 168.21 a square foot. If I put that on my house, that would have my house valued at $839,704, which I feel is a fair assessed value for my property. I also took a look at, you know, my house is based off of the house that's at 2538 7th Street West. Both homes were built by Kuntz Builders. One was built in 2015, mine was built in 16. That house is about 165 a square foot as it's assessed in the system. That would be at 823. With that, I feel my house is improperly assessed as I've compared to representative houses in my area of state edition. There's 20 houses in this comparison, which I believe is an applicable range. And with that, I am requesting the city of Dickinson to lower my assessment to $839,704.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Before I ask commissioners for any questions, I guess Mr. Dickinson, to what Mr. Parker said, the response back from your office to his inquiries.
Yes, I actually have a copy of an email that I sent Friday, May 22nd at 11:20 a.m., giving him the rundown of the individual sales comparable that we did on properties, giving him a square foot pricing of his home and a median price of square foot home of 8 like homes in the area.
I never received that email
Okay.
or any correspondence.
Yeah.
And I gave him my email
And I did
address.
speak with him the day he came in to follow up, and I said I had not finished with some of the numbers, and then we pulled the numbers shortly after that, and then I sent the email out as soon as I had it. So he had
Could you clarify the email address?
Jeffrey Parker at Jeffrey R. Parker at yahoo.com.
Okay, it did not come through.
Okay.
And to have the meeting on the, when we had it in April, I came in the 1st of May. To get the response on a Friday before a holiday weekend and the meeting on the Tuesday after, I think that's unacceptable. So I haven't seen no data that Mr. Dickerson or his group has provided. As I stand here today, you guys have my data sitting in front of you.
Okay, beyond my question, Mr. Dickinson, what were your findings?
As I stated, I'm glad to give him or you a copy of this email. His property at the assessment was being assessed at $280.97 a square foot, and the median of 8 like homes, which we didn't pull our own sales comparables. We used his own sales comparables. We make adjustments. If you have a deck, he doesn't have a deck, the system takes the value of that, either adds or subtracts to come as close to that subject property as possible. The median of 8 like homes that we entered came up to an average or a median price of $392.84 a square foot, with an average of $458.87 per square foot. So by the numbers, he's being assessed well below what the median or the average price per square foot would represent in the sales comparables that he provided.
All the sales data came off the website. And as I said, I have not seen the data.
And we used your sales, so I mean, we didn't go out and pick any of our old sales at all. I figured that would be less questionable if we just used yours and not started pulling random ones that we believed.
$400 a square foot for
So
a
how-
house in
how did- yeah, I was
Dickinson.
just-
Come on now, guys.
I mean, how are we going
all live
from
here.
159 or 170, 180?
400 is just the main floor up above grade square footage.
Right.
The 190 or 170
Is
is
it-
total.
That is correct.
Right. I mean, so that's.
I
the
just don't
difference.
want to conflate numbers here because you're using one thing here, you're not counting his basement, you're just counting,
We use the TLA, the total living area.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be 450 then. Couldn't be.
there's no way.
4990 is this whole house. So
My three
what's the
columns
value
are fairly
divided by
consistent.
4990?
The current assessed value?
Or what you came up with for a value divided by the total square footage. What is that number?
Well, I don't have a total, I just have a total per square foot. I mean, I can do the math. What was the square foot, I'm sorry, again?
Well, it's 4990.
4990?
4992.
4992.
Total.
Including the basement.
Including.
Which is fully finished.
Well, he's got it right on this sheet here. His assessed value right now is 187.32.
Yeah, that's what it would be then. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the reference sheet here to, it definitely wouldn't be the number that I'm coming up with or that we're coming up with.
That's what I'm saying is we're not apples to apples. When we're counting square footage, you're going to have a different.
Number.
Well, and that's kind of what our system is designed to do is make those adjustments. The only thing I can think of is that I typed a number in that too much, but I had the sales comparables because we were able to enter the parcel numbers specifically that he had provided to us.
I mean,
So the number you provided back to Mr. Parker was what? On this, in this
I had
email?
just done a square foot pricing. I did not give him a total square foot at the
It
time.
was in my junk email. I apologize. It was a simple email like that with no data to support it.
Okay.
Okay? It's, there you go, sir. I mean, so there's no data to support this case.
I know this neighborhood very well. I live there, 2 blocks from here. So,
Yep.
I mean, some of these comps are split levels,
I
not
understand
comparable
that.
to anything to your house. I mean,
Yep, that's why I tried to break it down to square footage and 2 stories where I could.
and I'm gonna use my own house as a perfect example of this, because we're really close. Mine's 4,500 square feet
Yep.
total. And I live 2 blocks from you, and I'm at 191.73 a square foot assessed value.
I understand where you're at. I'm not here to discuss your house, Jason. I apologize for that.
No,
I'm
but
here-
I'm using a true comp is what I'm trying to get to here.
That's what they have assessed as your value. I mean,
Well, and then on the other side is, I'm a contractor. I know what it costs to build right now,
yeah,
so,
that's a different discussion though, outside of this meeting.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I guess I would look at this as,
So what's the value you think you wanna?
he said 839.
Yep. And I would have been here last year. I worked overseas last year where I didn't have the opportunity to come and,
And my personal opinion, I'd rather, to your own numbers provided to us, the
Yes.
max range would
Yep.
be at 877, 493. That would by his numbers, that would be the max range. So,
That would assume my house is the best house of all 20.
well,
houses.
I live in your neighborhood too.
Yep.
So I would say your house is an outlier. And that's my opinion, so.
Yep.
So to me, my recommendation would be the 878, just to round it.
So that would be. Excuse me. Let's see. 878, you said?
Yeah, 878.
So that'd be a 57-1 reduction.
Unless someone else has any suggestions. Or a motion to leave as is.
That puts you about 176.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Realizing that, in my second paragraph, the house that aligns both, my house is built off of that house that's on 7th Street, which is at 165. It's also a 2-story with a basement.
Which one was that?
2538 7th Street West. That would have my house at 823. That's why I said the average.
So if I remember correctly, didn't you tell me that you have about 1,000 more square foot than that model?
I do.
Okay.
That house is.
I just wanted to clarify that.
That house is, it has 3,630, I'm at 4,992.
What's that? 878.
Using his data and the mayor's recommendation, I'd make a motion to reduce this value to 878.
We have a motion to reduce Mr. Parker valuation 878,000.
Second.
The second from Commissioner Bear. Any further discussion? There's no further discussion. We'll go ahead and vote. Mr. Frederick,
Aye.
Dr. Bear,
Aye.
Mr. Murphy,
Aye.
chair votes aye. Motion carries.
Oh, Mr. Riddle.
Oh, he's in. I just saw him. I guess I didn't. I saw JR up there, but maybe it was Jerry Ewing. Commissioner Riddle?
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Riddle. So motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. If you you are not satisfied, you may go to the county and
June 2nd.
Yep,
Yep.
and appeal there.
Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
our next individual with property, Aranda La Fortune, from 1681 3rd Avenue West.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I was also, my name is Miranda LaFortune. I'm here to represent the Prairie Hills Mall. We were here for a reduction to our valuation on April 15th, I believe it was. I have been in contact with Mr. Dickinson, and I think we have come to an agreement for a reduction.
Which would be my presentation.
Okay. So you are okay with his reduction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is in his presentation here, so that will be noted as what will go on the rolls.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. No one else has signed up. So that list you have provided to us, Mr. Dickinson, was all the individuals that signed up at the original meeting. They have met with your staff. You guys have either, there are some with reductions, there's some that were held to their original, and then just for the public, there was, I think, 2, their valuations actually went up. So, one's because there was an error on one of the cards, I think I saw.
Correct, and then the taxpayer was understood exactly
Right.
what had gone.
Okay, it wasn't
happened at the time.
reported correctly. Okay. All right. The Board of Equalization shall place upon and add the assessment roll of any real property subject to taxation which has been omitted by the owner of the assessor, and shall enter the property at a valuation that will bear an equal or proportion of taxation for, according to North Dakota Century Code 57-11-05. Mr. Dickinson, do you have any further information to present?
Just a short narrative. Thank you, and good afternoon, Mr. President, Commissioners. Before you today are the corrections made from the April 15th, 26th Board of Equalization meeting, which we were granted time to review and possibly make adjustments to the previously presented petitions. This was solely for those in attendance or that had been previously in contact with our office during that time frame when the notices of assessment were actually mailed out in the end of March. Before I do continue, I would like to recognize and thank my team. All sitting over here, we got Denise, Heidi, Tracy, Heather, and Deb. It's been a very hectic past 5 months getting to where we are with today's numbers. It's kind of a thankless job sometimes, but I do want you guys to know that, you know, I do appreciate everything you do. You work very hard, and I'm really thankful for a great team that has been working, especially with me learning the system here. They've been very helpful. So on to the summary. As far as the changes made for the 26 assessment, we had a total of 96 taxpayer contacts, and we adjusted a total of 35 separate parcels and properties. 25 of those properties were decreased in value due to straight-up objective corrections, and every single one of them was made through an on-site visit by one of our office staff. 2 properties, as you said, Mr. President, were actually increased due to the same objective data corrections, and those sites were also visited by our staff. We did have one property owner that did go out and get an independent appraisal done. That was done within the past 3 weeks. So that was one of the ones that was lowered. And then we had 7 separate properties that we did the income approach on. If you look at all the numbers, that approach kind of worked well and came in pretty close to where the values were based on some of the financial appraisals that were previously done, or by the actual sale price. We're coming in pretty close to what those numbers were. Sale price at that time, especially on the one, would have been more reflective of the true market value at the time of the sale. That would be specifically lines 26, 32, and 33. 26, 32, and 33 if the numbers stayed correct. But that's all I have at this time as far as the corrections. As far as Miss Aranda that's actually here, as you can see. Second, it'll be page 2 for Prairie Hills Mall, line 32, original value $14,786,900. The income-based value came to $12,874, which was pretty close to their original appraisal for that property at $11.8 million. So that is all I have, and I would take any questions from the commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Dickinson. Any questions? Mr. Riddle, any questions?
No.
At this point, no reduction after the session of Board of Equalization. After the adjournment of this board each year, neither the governing body of the city nor the City Board of Equalization shall change or alter any assessment. Neither shall the governing body or the Board of Equalization reduce or abate or authorize the reduction, abatement, or return of any taxes levied upon such assessments for any cause except that the property assessed was not subject to taxation at the time of assessment was made. This according to North Dakota Century Code 57-11-06. These findings will be forwarded.
Mr. President, we do have one quick matter that I do want to discuss because Mr. Dickinson had brought it up prior to.
Oh, okay.
There were, and I don't, Mr. Dickinson, question for you. Is that on this list?
No, it is not.
Okay, okay. There were several parcels of property that are owned by Cook Properties Investments, Inc. Some of those parcels of properties are, based on the city's research, being used as either storage ponds, drainage ponds for the city. And they have requested, in conjunction with input from the city engineering office as well as the city assessing office, abatements for some of those parcels. And so the question has arisen that they have filed for the abatements for 24 and 25. And Mr. Dickinson had asked a question as to whether this board would feel comfortable assessing their 2026 values based on the changes that are made based on the information that the city has adjusted. I don't see an issue with that as long as they're consistent with the prior evaluations that are being corrected. It wouldn't be any different, in my opinion, than what we're doing for anyone else that we've adjusted because the amounts have not been certified. So
Do we have those amounts?
I'm going to give this back to Mr. Dickinson and then he can read them for you.
Let me make sure we have these in order here. We have, none of them have addresses. Would you like me to address just the parcel numbers so it's on record?
That's fine. Parcel number's fine.
For the year 24 and 25, parcel number 118914000800. Reduction would be from 72,300 down to 0.
And Mr. Dickinson, if you would, please, could you just clarify the reason for that reduction on that particular parcel, just for the board's awareness?
Yes, from my understanding and speaking, I think we have a member of planning here asked to be here if there was questions on that.
I think it might be helpful for the commission to
They are
understand why.
They are unbuildable, and they have been vacant properties that were parceled out years ago. One member, Mr. Cook, had passed away, and his wife recently is taking over, making some transitional donations with these, possibly with these parcels. So basically, from my understanding, is that because of the detention or retention, however you want to describe it, none of the properties are buildable except the one with the booster station on it.
Morning, Commission. Natalie Burchak, City Planner. So yeah, as Mr. Dickinson had mentioned, they are currently being utilized as stormwater ponds, as detention ponds. So no houses or anything can actually be constructed on them. They were originally platted to be lots, but were later transitioned into these detention ponds just due to the stormwater requirements in the area. So they won't be able to be built on in the future. And as he also mentioned, there's a booster station located on one of the existing parcels that's on the west side of the subdivision that a portion of it could be built on, but the southern, about third of the lot, has a booster station that obviously cannot be built on by the owner.
Correct.
I'm assuming these are along Maryland Way.
Yes.
Yes.
The second parcel is 118911000600. Same size lot, 72,700 down to 0. Next one would be 118914000600. This was from $3,800 down to 0. Next one is 118914000700. 36,200 down to 0. And this next one would be where our city lifts booster state. Am I saying that right? Booster?
Yes, it's a
Water
booster station.
water booster station. We did separate that land, measure it out using the occupied space that the city booster station is actually sitting on. The original value was 87,300, and as Natalie had described it, the rest of it is buildable, and that land value would change to 61,300. with a $26,000 reduction for the 25 value. And for the 24 value, because they had changed, the original value was $43,600, and it would change to $30,600, which is a reduction of $13,000. And that is all of them.
Okay, the question that was presented to us is that since they are going to abate these for the years 24, 25, going into 26, we just apply that currently rather than them having to go through the abatement process.
Correct.
I-
And we have an abatement hearing date of June 16th with the rest of the abatements.
And I am fine with, it saves them the work and city staff the work of filing another abatement for 26 when we can just take care of it right now.
That would be my question, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, commissioners, if there's any questions or of city staff on this, not, I guess I'd look for a motion to apply these totals to the rolls for 2026.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Murphy to accept these values.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Riddle?
Aye.
Mr. Frederick?
Aye.
Dr. Bear? Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, staff. So now that the rolls have been complete, they will be submitted to the county. Anyone feeling that they weren't treated fairly by the city, they may appeal to the county. And that is not the end of it. You also may appeal to the state if the county denies any of your valuation appeals. So with that, this board has completed equalization, and I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.